Welcome, everyone. How are you? Hope everybody's doing well.
Good, Don.
Not going crazy yet.
Hold on.
Hey
A
there.
long ways to go. So, all right. Wow, what a great crowd. Super. Let's get over here and get this thing hooked up. Oh my. Okay, and I go over to photos, and then I go to albums, and I go to March the noon one, and I share that with everybody. There we go.
Okay.
And you should be seeing this screen right here. All right, very good. Very good. These are everybody who put their pictures in here expected to be critiqued on today, Monday. There's 72 pictures in here, so hopefully everybody's here on time. So let's get going. First up is, do we have a name? Frank Grieser. Frank, are you there?
Yes, sir. How are you doing?
Very good. Man, I love the texture in this. Just everything is there.
Uh,
Smooth
Huh?
texture here.
nice, beautiful strawberry.
A little bit rougher in there. We've got great highlights over here, obviously from a fill card on this side.
Yeah.
And I love the way the light is coming through these leaves. It's pretty cool. Very cool. This is really beautiful light, Frank. What did you use for it?
Well, the next photo will reveal it.
Okay, a scrim and a octabox.
It's a pretty big light source for that small of an object.
Mm-hmm.
And I used a bounce card, but I wanted to cut the light off a little bit to bring the shadows up on the, so it
Yeah, so you wanted to get this reflection up here, but you didn't want to kill all these down in here.
in the strawberry,
Yeah.
the little contrast there was helped a little bit by that flag.
Yeah, very well done.
Thank you.
Really well done, Frank.
Appreciate
Lovely
it.
shot. Lovely shot. Arnold.
Hi, Don.
Hi, Arnold. How are you, buddy?
Good. Okay. I wanted to do a low-key image, and most of the food shots I've seen, they use everything dark, meaning the bowl is dark, the food itself is dark. So I wanted to do something different. So I found this white things to shoot it with. So that's what I started. And the problem is, since we are on this lockdown, I didn't have anything really worthwhile to shoot except for these apples. So that's what I wound up shooting. Um, and I wanted to have like an old world feel to it. So I
Mhm.
took an old tapestry, and the front is really colorful. I mean, it's really alive and it pops, right? The vibrancy is there, but it's dead. I want it to be like old, old world dead. So I reversed it. So that's what I got.
All right. So
Yeah.
you're using a lot of negative bounce
Yeah.
and one fill card here, and then
Actually, I added one. If you go back to the teapot, there is a reflector now there, because I had to outline that because I wanted that transition from light to dark, to have that definition, to have that 3D, even though the teapot is in the background, right? Because it's kind of dead if I didn't outline the right side of the teapot, it's kind of dead, very dead. So I added a reflector, a fill cord.
You got some nice little things happening on the teapot to give it dimension. You got that light right in there coming from back there somewhere.
Mhm.
You got a little bit of it right on there. So there's a lot of dimension. Oh, we got a nice highlight running up the handle. So there's a lot of dimension in the teapot that looks really good just from that subtle white card she
Right.
got there. Yeah, now you're using a grid on that,
Yes,
on the
because I
light.
had to funnel the strip light away from the tapestry.
Yeah,
I couldn't. I tried to use a black flag, and it was just too dark, right?
yeah.
So I had to just feather the strip light away.
Very nice.
Thanks.
Nice. We got some
Now,
bright
one
highlights in here that make the apples look fresh.
one last question, Don. Do you think this one works or the other one works with a bottle in the middle?
I like this one.
Okay.
Yeah, I like this one. Yep.
Okay. Thanks.
Mm-hmm. Kiwi by Robert Worth. Robert, are you out there? Okay, what I like about your shot, Robert, is I like the highlights on the kiwi here. Very nice. Right in here, we get a little bit more. You could actually open this up just a little brighter here, and I'd be happy with that. Your spoon, we got a lot going on in your spoon, including those drops of water, which are out of context. I don't know where they came from here, so maybe we shouldn't see them. A little bit of drops of water in here too. Again, out of context. If you're going to put some drops in, put a lot in, so we know that they're there on purpose. Love the backlighting coming in here, throwing forward shadows, and looks like you got a nice scrim light to this side over here, coming this way, or it's a fill card. Either way, nicely done and very well composed. I like this. Everything, we got this kiwi breaks that edge. They bump up against, this is not going to be considered a tangent. They bump up and then it sort of comes in front of the spoon breaks the edge, the spoon goes in front of the other kiwis. Everything's very, very clean. Natural light, beautiful. Can't get any better than that. Eileen Thomas. Eileen, are you out there?
I'm here.
How are you?
Good. How are you, Don?
Good. Let's look at your behind the scenes. Oh, okay. So we've got a big soft box. What's that?
A big old soft box.
Yeah. Let me get some more volume here. So you got a nice large softbox coming in here from the side. And
I was just trying to use single light. It was single light. I didn't think I need any reflectors for this shot.
well, I don't think you did either. They're very glossy. So you're gonna get a bounce within them anyway. So you've got the light going in this side, and then it's so glossy and it's transparent that this tiny highlight here this is the back side of this marble or whatever this is here. Just fine. And the one big beautiful highlight on top, man, you can't get any better than that. That's really nice.
Thank you.
And you added the water for just one more texture.
Yeah. Well, the whole theme was drops, like the water drops, the glass drops, and the big avocado drop.
Oh, okay. Really nice.
Thank
Good
you so
color.
much.
Good color. What lens? Oh, right there.
Yeah, it's my standard.
7,
Yeah.
24 to 70 f4. Add 70. Very nice.
Thank you so much.
Yeah.
Good
Do
clip.
you like doing stuff like that? Eileen, do you like still lifes?
Oh, yeah. Absolutely. I've been doing a whole series on common things around the house. Just had an exhibit locally.
Ah, wonderful. Very nice.
Thank you.
All right. Alex Baker. Alex, are you
Hi.
out there?
Yes, I'm here. Hi.
Hi, how are you?
Good, thanks. Yeah, we're all much better now, so that's all
Good.
good.
Good. The little guy okay too?
Yeah, he's just fine.
Good.
Thanks.
I love this. I love the highlight on the orange right in here. It looks so fresh. And then very clever, you cropped a little bit of that out, a little bit of that out, some of the table, and a little bit of the leaf, and whatever that is back there is cropped out as well. So that leaves us as the star of the show is a big pot here, and it's just gorgeously lit. This is going to be natural light, I bet, huh?
Yeah, I didn't include a behind the scenes. Sorry, I forgot to take one.
Yeah. So this is a big window to this side.
Yeah, and there's like a sheer curtain on the window that's already diffused.
Is there direct light onto that curtain, or is it north
Depends
window
on the
light?
time of day. I have a feeling it wasn't this day because it was kind of rainy.
Well, it's really lovely. And it's how big is the window?
It's like a double patio door, so big enough.
Yeah, plenty big enough. How long did it take you to get that?
But it
knife?
was sort of, it was obviously not right behind it, was to one side.
How long did it take you to get that knife just to be in a right angle?
Yeah, a little bit of playing with.
Yep. Is it leaning on anything to get it to turn that way?
No,
Or is
if you look at the handle, it's got that kind of funny shaped handle, so I was able just to tilt it.
it... Very nice. Lens?
50, I think.
50.
It's my my usual.
It feels like a 50. Feels very comfortable in here. No pulling or pushing or any of that. Yep, really good.
Yeah, I have a feeling that was F11, but it's not completely all in focus.
Well, that looks in focus and that looks in focus, so that's
Yeah,
all I
it's just
care about.
the front of the knife. And
Yeah.
so.
Yeah, I don't care about this, and I certainly don't care about that back there.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, very good. Matt Crowder, are you here, Matt?
Good afternoon, Don. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Cool.
It's really fun what liquid does in glass, isn't it?
Refraction just makes an awesome symmetry.
It really does. It's really fun. The first time you do it, if you don't know what to expect the first time you do it, you go, what?
Right?
Where's that coming from? What happens, folks, is when you put water in the wine glass here, it reverses the color. It's called refraction, and it reverses. And I love how you caught the little edges to the side. Very, very clever.
I had to move it further and closer away to the light
Mm-hmm.
to get it just how I wanted it to, because it changes based on distance from the light source.
Yeah, and you got exact matching sizes. You know?
That's what I was going for. Yeah.
Yeah.
The light source is actually a television screen behind it, hooked up to my computer. Photoshop is actually in the background. I use Photoshop to make that pink and blue image, and I use that as my light source and my background.
Oh, clever. Very clever.
So yeah, in the comments section of the group, I actually did post an outside view so you could see exactly how I set it up.
Yeah, very, very nice, man. This is a really cool shot.
Thank you.
This is a really cool shot. What made you think of this?
I've seen refraction images with glasses before, but I wanted to do something different. So I thought I'd bring in the TV monitor and play with different colors. I also added a couple geometric designs to see what those would look like as well, but eventually I settled on this one.
Yep, very clean. Eye-catching. Really eye-catching. Great shot.
Thank you very much.
Kim Sudbeck. Kim, are you out there? Okay, an aluminum bell garage light. Okay. Let's see. Do we get to see the aluminum bell garage light? No. The bell garage light's great. Put it behind a scrim, because it's right now it's very point source. So we're getting these very point source little highlights through here, and then it's kind of flat through here. All that being said, this is a really nice composition. I really like your composition in here. Everything looks great through here. I'd love to see this with a larger light source. You can still use the shop light, no problem there. Just build a little scrim and get a scrim over here like this coming through, because you're going to have a much prettier highlight here. You're going to have a much prettier highlight all the way through here. Yeah, nice. A lot of work went into this shot, and your composition is quite good. Mark Lunn.
Good afternoon.
Hi, Mark.
How you
We
doing?
got some chewy brownies here.
Yeah, it's brownie, and then I had like peanut butter cookie that you mixed up separate and dropped the little balls in the brownie batter.
I don't know what that was. Cool. And then you've got one light to the side.
Yeah, I've got a softbox through a scrim on the left-hand side there. Right at 9 o'clock, I was trying to bring the light where it would get behind it to give the contrast between the background and the top of the brownies, and then also get the texture on the front. And then I've got a black card blocking off the background a little bit there.
A little bit darker over here. Yeah,
Yeah,
it's pretty clean, Mark. Your cuts are nice and even.
thank you.
Show us the texture and the color change. Nice. Like. Lens, sir.
Thank you.
Lens 50.
Oh, 50, yep.
Excellent. Very good.
I have a 70 to 300 on the way, so I can get a little bit farther away. I won't be at the long end, but it was one that I found for $100 used, so it'll work for now.
Well, pretty good light and pretty good lens too, I understand.
hmm
Greg.
Yes, hey Don.
Yeah, Greg, this is beautiful.
Thank you.
You
One
are
thing,
really, really getting the hang of this tabletop stuff.
thanks. The one thing I missed in my behind the scenes is I had a little piece of foil reflecting light back up into the back side of the onion. So just lit it up a little bit.
The back side of the onion. Here?
That right there, yes. That's reflected off a piece of aluminum foil. Oh, this piece right here.
Oh, okay. You got a nice deep shadow here from the onion stem, and yet everything looks so soft. Texture everywhere in this thing. The leather, the chrome knife, everything through here. And it's just one light, as we can see over here. Is just one bounced into a card, or is it a box?
It's bounced in off of a white card into a box built out of black cards. So I used 4 black cards to basically build the box that the onion and the cutting board are in. And,
Yeah.
that bounced all the light off that white card.
Right back there.
Right.
And then added a little bit of aluminum foil to open that up.
Yep.
Wow, nice work. Lens?
It's my 2470.
At where?
I think at 35.
At 35.
Yeah.
You got a little pull on the knife down towards there. Really nice.
Excellent. Thank you.
I love the color too. I love the color of that thing. It's cool. Leonardo Ferry.
Hi, Don.
Hi, Leonardo. How are you, sir?
I'm doing great. I'm trying to keep my
Go ahead.
I'm trying to keep my composition as simple as possible.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not yet at the level of the previous photographers' composition that are very say complicated for me. I don't want to mess up stuff, so I keep it simple for now.
Yeah. Yeah. You got dangerously close, but sublimely covered yourself, because boy, that's asking for a tangent right there.
Oh,
But you didn't. So, you know, you just came real close to it, added a little tension to the picture, let it go. Nice. Beautiful. Did you polish these tomatoes?
no, I just use the grease in my hand, you know, the natural grease that we have in our hands. And I just use that to clean the tomatoes.
Ah. Well, you and I are Italian. We have that. Some people don't have that, you know. Whenever I need to like put a little shine on my face, I just have to like do this on the side of my nose, and I can get a nice smear on my lens. My wife can't do that. Too bad for her. That's all I got to say. It's beautiful, man. I love your background. I love this big light. So you've got a
Oh, that's right, yeah.
big soft box right there, right? Or is that a scrim? Leonardo?
It's a window. I have a window.
Oh, okay.
No, that's a scrim, the one that you taught us how to do it on. That's a scrim with wood and
Okay.
translumin. And behind that, there is a 7 feet window, long window.
Okay, so the window is
7 feet.
Is your light source,
Correct.
and the scrim is the tomato source.
Correct.
Got it. Okay. Yeah. And then a white card.
A little bit, yeah.
Just keep that from, and you know, that would have been so sad to lose that rim, but you didn't. You didn't. You kept it. That's really beautiful. I'll make a great print, man.
Thank you.
Make an outstanding print.
Lens, it's 80 millimeter or f/16.
All right. Thank you, sir. And on a tripod.
Of course, yes. Oh, yeah. I don't know, 1 second or 1/3 of a second shutter speed.
Yeah, with a scrim and with natural light, yeah, you're probably down about 1/3 of a second at 16, if not even more, half second. Maybe. Really nice. Thank you, sir.
Thanks.
No, thank you a lot. North-facing window with blind pulled to provide the key light. All right. And this is Kev H. Richardson. Kev, are you here? All right, then we've got a bathroom mirror here. So we got a main light over here and a bathroom mirror kicking in. Let's see the results. Yeah, you can see the mirror in the broccoli. Not bad. Not bad at all. Right in there. We're going to see it right here. We're going to see it right there on the potato, just very, very slightly. The only thing I would say, Kev, is that I think there's a lot on this frame that doesn't have to be. I think your picture's right about here. Or maybe a square. Yeah, I'm not really good at this freehand drawing stuff. Something like that. All of this curved stuff adds to the picture, but it adds nothing to this part of the picture. This looks really good. I would put it into Photoshop and I'd kick it a little bit with some contrast, or Capture One or Lightroom or whatever it is that you use. Get a little more contrast out of it so we can get a little bit more in the highlights, a little bit more in the shadows, and that'll give us a more contrasty, poppy image. But I like it. Oops. And this is Julie Smith. Julie.
Hi.
Hi, how are you?
Okay.
Look at this beautiful, this looks like a beautiful summer spring day coming through your window.
Well, it was nice light. Yeah. Yeah, I wouldn't say it was summer, but it was nice light.
Really looks great. I
Thank
love
you.
the little highlight here,
Hmm.
the feeling of highlights in here. It feels like a freshly cut lemon.
Okay.
And then the backlight that's coming through this flower is just beautiful. Wow. Really nice, Julie. What'd you use for, oh, sorry, I went too fast. There we
Yeah, I have
go.
it behind the scenes.
Yeah.
You can
There
see
you
that
go.
background is actually a piece of paper, which is kind of funny, but it's a nice, they did a nice job on it. So it looks good because I'm
Yeah.
limited in my backgrounds.
There you go. Is that snow out there?
Yeah, yeah. There was a
Stop
little
that.
bit.
Come on, you guys. Stop that crap. That winter's over. Come
I
on. Move
know.
on, you
This was
guys.
last Monday, I think. There
Jeez.
was a little snow, but um it's gone now. It may just be water. There is water back there, but we did just have some snow, but it melted right away.
This is really great light, Julie.
Yeah.
This is really great light. You could shoot an entire cookbook right there.
Yeah.
Really nice. Lens is 50? Or you use the 85, right?
What's that?
Your lens?
It's a macro lens. 90.
90? Okay.
Yeah, because I wanted to get close up for the lemons in the background, so I used the macro lens.
Okay. Lovely.
Thanks.
Lovely, lovely. Chris Nandwani. Chris, are you there? Okay. Chris, I think to my eyes, it's a little dark. That's not the color of banana there. We need to bring this up. I would say the whole shot has to come up about a stop. About a stop. This is a white plate. We should have some white somewhere. There's our highlight, our reflected source right here, and it's gray. So I think we need to bring it up just about a stop. We'll see a little bit more texture here. We'll see a little bit more division here. I don't know what that is. You may have to get rid of that in post. But you shouldn't lose any of the texture by coming up a stop. This should still read really well. And banana will be more a banana color. It's a little saturated from underexposure. Very good. Thank you, sir. Chris, good shot. You get it up a stop, I think you're going to like it better. And this is Ilona Banta.
Yeah.
Hi, Ilona. How are you?
Good, good. How are you?
Good. So this is your, oh, wow.
Yeah, those are my.
Wow. Artichokes are fun. Artichokes
Yes.
are a blast. Cabbage, red cabbage is fun, but artichokes has this wonderful texture in here. Now, in post, what did you do?
I saturated it a little bit just to bring out the color,
Mm-hmm.
and a tiny bit of clarity to just give it a little liveliness.
Okay.
So I start in Lightroom a little bit. I cropped it and then I brought it to Photoshop to just give it a little more of a boost of color, to just kind of get it the way that I see it.
Okay.
So to me, I wanted it dark and moody, and I shot that way. But at the same time, I needed to bring a little bit.
Up a little contrast.
Yes, I like a little contrast in the moodiness as well.
You know, there's nothing on this picture that you did better than making sure that that leaf came over this wood here.
Okay.
That makes the shot in so many ways. If this had moved over so there was black between it, it wouldn't feel like it was a composition. But that one little guy sticking across the plate there, and we've got it. It it just takes our eye, and we understand why this space is here and why the drops are there, everything. It just makes it so real, really wonderfully done.
Thank you. That's interesting that you brought it up because I did another shot when I turned the open artichoke the other way and I had a little further.
Uh-huh.
And it just didn't do it for me. Like for some reason there was something missing. It just did not pull it together. So I came back to this one, and I also shot it without the open one, just the two. And it almost was there, but it still felt like something is missing. So with this one, it felt complete to me.
Yes.
And I couldn't figure out why. It just really worked that way.
If you, there's two ways of doing composition. It's called everything in its place, and stuff that's dynamic. Okay, this is dynamic. The artichokes are sitting on a smaller round plate, so they go over the edge of the plate. So they're covering some of the plate and some of the background and everything. If you had taken this and then moved this over to here, so there's space in here, you then have two things to look at. Right now, it's one thing, this setup. The moment you put space between it, you set it apart by putting space. And when you set it apart, you make it special. And when it's special, it's another thing. So that would have been over there, and these would have been over here, and you wouldn't have the cohesiveness of this beautiful little thing coming across. So it just takes the subtlest. Really, really nice. What lens, do you remember?
Yes, I use Sigma Art 24.
Okay.
So I cropped in a little more to kind of get the background. And I was on top of the table shooting from the top.
Standing on the top of the table?
Yes.
Rule number 3, please do not kill yourselves while making the shots here.
Little acrobatics.
I was going to say, if you fall through the window, it looks like there's a lot of air between you and wherever the ground is down there. So please.
5th floor, yes.
5th floor, yes. You've heard of terminal velocity, haven't you?
Yes.
I think 6 floors will get you there. All right, beautifully done. Beautifully done. Oh, this is cool. Rainey?
Hey, Don.
Hi, Rainey. Wow, look at this great little shot.
I look at everybody else's and I think, wow, look at their creativity. And I'm like, okay, I have one egg.
Oh, it's all right. It's a statement. I like it. I like the fact that it's so sharp that we can see both of the shells, the interior and the exterior. The same thing down in here. Really, really pretty.
Thank you.
How did you get the black? We got a black card somewhere back there?
Yep, there's the back, in the very back is a black card. And then on the right-hand side is the flash with a one of those Gary Fong light sphere things on it.
Okay.
And then on the opposite side, on the left-hand side, is just a white card. And then I was wearing black as well, so.
I always wore black when I shot. Always.
Yeah, I think that's what you're seeing in the front there is probably me.
Right here? Could be.
Yeah.
Could be. Egg is a semi-efficient surface, so it will see things. Where, you just become a blob here, but the way it's coming down, I wouldn't doubt that's you at all. Not at all.
I mean, that's exactly what I thought.
Yeah. Cool. I tried wearing white at a couple of shoots, but I just felt too angelic. So I stay with my black.
Yeah, that's usually my go-to as well.
Beautiful. Ann Stevenson. Ann, are you there? Hi, Ann.
Hi, Don. How's it going?
Good. You are in Denver, right?
Yes, I
Okay.
am.
I was making a video the other day, and I thought, Denver? I remember you moved from Salt Lake. Yeah, it had to be Denver.
Yeah, we're here. We're about 12 miles from downtown, but traffic here is such now that you do things in minutes, not distance.
Oh,
Although with the coronavirus, not so much anymore.
yes. So are you east towards the mountains or west? I'm sorry, west towards the mountains.
I'm kind of northeast, but I'm not. It's nice because we're about a half hour from Boulder too, so that's been good for business. So
Excellent.
yeah.
Love your big soft highlights. I have a feeling there's a large soft box involved here.
Actually, I went natural light this time.
You did?
I did.
Look at you. All right.
I had a
Wow.
window that faces east, so I know north is better, but
East is fine half the day.
yep.
Wow, that's really pretty. Your main light is to the left here. Your window's this way?
I actually had the table tilted, so it's not completely behind. It's a little bit at an angle. That photo's kind of misleading.
Huh.
Yeah, because
Okay.
I kept rotating the table as I was shooting, so that's kind of where. And then I went, oh, I need it behind the scenes, so it was more angled because I kind of like it left.
You got a bit of a wide angle lens going here.
Yeah.
The way we can tell that, folks, is that we're looking at the inside of this bottle going up, and there's some distortion here. And then we get down here, we're looking that way at the cutting board. So you're probably 24.
It's on the next. It's on the next one.
Oh, it is? Okay.
Yeah, I think you're about right. It's down there. I was just playing with my 24 to 70. 26. Hey.
26. Wow.
I normally shoot with a 50, but I didn't want to redo my set because I couldn't get the legs over the top.
Yeah, the 50, to get that composition, you're going to have to be another 3 feet up here with the 50.
Yeah.
Wow, really pretty. Love the light. The diffusion panel, what makes just a beautiful, beautiful light, doesn't it?
Yep.
Great job. Thank you so much. Stacy Tyler. Stacy, are you here? Stacy. Beautiful highlight. Look at that all the way through here. Just bright colors are oh, look at the texture on the tomato. Wow. Wow. I love the way these are coming out from the green here. Really nice. Let's find out if there's a behind the scenes shot here. Yep, big window light. Big, big window light. Nice job, Stacy. Nice job. That big window light's really a beautiful thing for you to do. And then you put your black cards up here so you're controlling where the light is coming in. It's not just banging the whole thing here. You're keeping it just on the top. Really nice. Well controlled and a nice lighting scheme for sure. For sure. David Thielen. David?
Can you hear me?
Yeah, there you are.
Cool. This is a jury rigged mic.
So is that window light coming across the tops of these strawberries?
That's window light on 3 sides.
Wow.
That was done in my little breakfast nook up in Port St. John. And it's literally windows across 3 sides, around all 3 sides, and then 4 skylights in the ceiling.
Wow, that's just really, really nice. Really beautiful. I love the way the light penetrates the strawberries here a little bit. Just some red light below them. That's very cool. Nice shot, David. What looks like you moved this pastry here. So we got that space there. See that?
Might
Don't have it
have,
here. Yep, you got to make sure you get down and get those sprinkles to fill in there so it doesn't look like it moved. Okay?
Yeah.
Yep. But these are probably eaten by now.
Oh, long ago. This was done Port St. John. I moved out of Port St. John in 2009.
Ah.
So this is done about 2006, and it was actually done. We had a boarder that was from Australia, and he was a chef, and so he taught me to cook, and I taught him to photograph. And this is the idea was he was going to be doing a bicycle trip. Actually, he did a bicycle trip from Port St. John down to Buenos Aires, or however you pronounce it in Argentina, where he went to chef school. And I was teaching him how to photograph his food with nothing more than the camera, an SB80 flash, and some foil.
Nice. Nice. That's a long bicycle ride.
Oh, it was. He got some gorgeous pictures out of it.
Yeah, that's a long motorcycle ride, but that's definitely a long bicycle ride. Woo!
Yeah, I think it took him about 3 months.
Yeah, I imagine. James Ellis.
Yeah, Don, I'm here.
How you doing, man?
Doing quite well, thank you.
I really like the texture you got going on here all the way through it. When the coronavirus scare is over, go to Michael's Art Supply, and back in the back where they do like flower arrangements, you can find what look like ice cubes, and they're like $3 for a bag. They will not, for those of you who are wondering, they will not work for scotch or whiskey or anything like that where you need a really perfect cube. But for something like this, see what I do to get it cold is put your real cubes in it, and then just fill the top back up with just a little bit of those fake cubes. Bring the liquid up to the top, and you'd never believe it. They're so beautiful. They're just perfect. I love your light here. It's like is this a white softbox behind this?
Absolutely, yes. There's a background shot in the next frame. If you were to advance, you could see the setup.
Ah, there we go.
Yep. I was a little frustrated. Took me a while to get the lighting. I have had previous experience as an art director working with photographers, understanding how long it takes to make a natural looking photograph. And this was one of those. And that's the output that I came up with.
Art directors make great photographs, my friend.
Towards your point of the plastic ice cubes, so I remember working with David Siegel back in the day, and getting back to this shot, there was other exposures that I did not submit that pulled in more the blue and the red within the ice that was nicer. But for some reason, I had the scrim. There was a bit of background showing through the scrim and whatever.
Yeah. Well, the ice cubes that Dave uses, those are about $350 a piece.
Understood.
They look really good, don't they?
Yeah, understood. So,
and they should.
I also was hoping for a little bit more of a side light. I would like to have like a razor of white light on the right side, just to kind of pull it out, and maybe a little bit more white light on the more on the rim closer to us.
Here's one thing you could do right out of picture here. Okay, right out of picture, you take a 6-inch or 8-inch card straight up like that. Straight up like that, out of picture, facing back. Then all of your scrim there is going to light up the edge of this glass. So you see that really pretty little edge here? It's very, very small. And this thing is going to then give you that highlight that you want down the side.
I did have a little beauty mirror that I was trying to get the flare on it.
Yeah,
But I used that primarily for the foreground left.
Yeah, the mirror will give you a point source, give you a hot spot like that, but it won't give you this. You need a bigger piece for that. Very nice, man. Good.
Thank you.
Good. Your setup looks great. Looks great. Are you using a 24-70?
I'm shooting micro four thirds, so I was actually using a 35-100, which is equivalent to 70-200 full frame.
Right.
So I was at 98 millimeter equivalent for full frame, 49 millimeter, 1/20th of a second, 5.6, ISO 800.
Nice. Really nice. Good job. Thank you. Thank you very much. Jim Hill. Jim? All right. Well, Jim, I am looking at this. First, I thought there was an awful lot of yellow in it, and now I'm thinking that yellow is real because I'm not seeing any yellow in your highlights to make me think that it's a color cast thing. So these are really yellow potatoes. Very pretty. Very pretty. This looks good. I love your light, your backlight. Jim, bringing this in from the back and getting these highlights right in here. I love that. Spoon looks great, especially it's got a little bit of a patina to it. So it's not a chrome spoon giving us a lot of black anywhere. It's got a nice patina to it. Find spoons like these at, Goodwill and places like that and get them, folks, so that you have spoons that have kind of a rough feeling to the silver rather than very smooth. It'll give you different things to work with your food photography. Your composition, I love the circle breaking in to the line. Jim, really well done. Good job. Solid. Yep. Nope, there's no yellow cast in it. It's just that is the way the potatoes look. That looked great. Jill Brown. Jill, are you here? Jim Hill, did you catch my critique of your work? You don't have a mic, right? Is that what's happening? Yeah, I cannot hear you, sir. I just glanced up and saw your name up there in the thing. Jill Brown, are you here? Jill? Okay. Very soft lighting. Let's see how we have it lit. Oh, that's
my behind the scenes.
yours. Yeah, Greg.
That's
I
Greg's, yeah.
recognize that. All right, so Jill has this very classic lighting. Really is. It looks like we've got a hard light at the top coming down here, which we don't see a specular from because of the angle of the quince. It's back there's where the spot's going to be. We've got a real sharp little shadow right there and a secondary shadow there. So that tells me it's either window light in a strobe or window light in a light or window light in a mirror, something like that. But really liked what you did. I would like to have that quince to be in total focus. So we know which one is the star. This one is definitely the star because it's the only whole quince in the shot. This one's cropped off. This one's cropped out. This one's cropped off. So this is our star. We got to make them in focus. Now you may down the road decide you don't want to shoot it in focus. That's fine. I believe as I tell my Project 52 members, I believe it's important to bracket by aperture so that you can get multiple different shots at different apertures. Jim Hill, did you get your mic working? No, not hearing you.
He put a note in the chat, Don, saying that he caught the review.
Oh, okay, good. Thank you. Thank you, Sarah. I forgot the chat was even here. Jim's sitting over there going, can't this dude read? Like, no, sorry. Chris Gray. Chris, are you there?
Yes, sir. How you doing, Don?
Good. Couple of things that, let me tell you what I really like. I love your color. I really love the color. This muted gray and the reds, what a great idea. Are you on a tripod here, Chris?
Yes, sir. I was on a tripod.
Okay. Do you remember what lens you used?
Canon 17 by.
Okay, and you're on a crop sensor then.
Yeah.
Okay. I love your backlight coming through here. You've got another light to this side. Let's look at you behind the scenes. We've got
Aluminum foil.
Okay, so the window is your main source then?
That was a improvised 40-watt daylight balance lamp.
Okay.
And what you're seeing laying over top of the camera in the set is a scrim.
Okay, and here is a scrim.
Yes.
Got it. Okay. Because when you said it was just a bulb, I went, I don't think that's a bulb highlight. That's a scrim. That's nicely done, sir.
I really had a hard time getting the definition of the bowl on that back side where the shadow is. I tried everything I could on that bottom side of the frame. Yes, sir.
Well, I would say with this, you're fairly close with this lens. You're gonna fight to get enough depth of field. Because you've got it, I think you've got an equivalent of something like a 35 or a 50. Would it be that on a full frame?
I didn't calculate out on a full frame. I'm sorry.
That's all right. What are you at?
I was at 35 millimeter.
And you're on a crop sensor or a micro four thirds?
Crop sensor.
Crop sensor using a 35. So you're pretty close to a 50 here. You're probably about a 55, something like that. So you're pretty close to a 50. That's not a problem at all. However, your picture is slanted. Do you see it?
Well, that was my fault with the selection of the bowl. The bowl itself from camera left to right is actually slanted. So the side of the bowl to the left side is higher than the one to the right.
Okay. When you get one of those, put the high one at the back. We'll never notice it. Put the high point right at the center of the back, and we'll never notice that slant. But here we are seeing the slant because I'm looking going, it didn't make sense to me because it looks vertically straight, and it is. It's just that the bowl's at an angle. Okay, well that works.
Yeah, I'm not really, but not too proud of this one. I'll deliver some better work as we go.
All right. This is, I do love the color. You got that, and that's that beautiful scrim to the top. How many of you guys never used the scrim before this class? Anybody?
I have.
All right, next shot up. Okay, Kath.
Hey,
Hi, Kath. How are you?
good. You?
Good. Look at this great little. Is this garlic cloves?
Yep.
Wow. Wow. On black plex, I bet.
It's actually a lacquered top. I'm improvising madly on my gears at the studio and I can't get there, so
That's all right.
just grabbing anything I can.
If you're a good painter, obviously you're a good painter. If you're a good painter, you can make some beautiful, beautiful backgrounds, folks. Get a 12 by 12 piece of tile and lacquer, 5 or 6 coats of lacquer, spray lacquer, just keeping it thin and rich. Do a red one and a blue one and a green one and a yellow one and black and gray. And, the lacquer is going to give you the super sharp reflection because it's very, very shiny. And a 1 foot square should give you plenty of room to do little things like this. You don't really see a whole lot of big things on reflective surfaces because it takes them out of context, but this is great. Let's look at your light. So light coming from the window.
Yep.
Where is the camera coming from?
It's pretty much where this shot is taken from.
Okay.
I'm about level with the platform.
Okay. And so the light is, and this is a black board. So basically you're doing dark field lighting here with a kicker, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
It got a little silver reflection onto the face of the clothes.
Is this like aluminum foil or something very bright or just white card?
It's a little silver cigarette case, believe it or not. It works.
If you guys want to get some beautiful surfaces to make small bounce cards for this, the inside of coffee, ground coffee, those bags that they sell it in, open it up and you have this beautiful, soft, metallic surface. It's really, really killer. And you just take that surface and get some pieces of foam core and spray mount it to the foam core. It's not bright, shiny like aluminum foil, but it's not dull like white card. It gives you something in the middle to play with. Very nice. What lens?
It's my 100.
Okay, I see
It's
it.
a Canon L. Yeah.
Yep. So what dark field lighting is, folks, is right there. You can see it. The light comes around the black field and then lights up the edges of the garlic. So the garlic is being lit by this card being lit and this card being lit. And there's probably some light coming over the top of it to catch the top here. And then a very bright reflector here just to open up the inside. And it's a stunning way to light and really almost embarrassingly easy. Really easy to do. Beautifully done. Tammy Bogestron. Tammy.
Can you hear me? Hi, can you hear me?
I can. You're a little faint, but you're there.
Let me, I don't know. I got a new computer. Shit.
There you go.
But you can hear me now?
I can.
Okay. Hi.
Hi. Wow, look at the color. Putting that deep red earth color behind the yellows and then popping in the blues, that's just so cool.
Thanks.
Very cinematic. I love the fact that you only used 2 of the yellow ones too.
Yeah, well, you should have seen what I started with. I had this whole elaborate scene with all kinds of flowers and vases and started taking things away. So
That's how I do still life.
yeah.
I've worked with other photographers. I mean, Dave Siegel likes to add things to his setups. I put everything out there, like a big conglomeration of crap, and then I start taking things away. I might add it back in, but I
yeah.
take things away.
Yeah. But the backdrop is just some cheap scarf I found. I just hung up. There's a BTS in the comments. Yeah.
Yep.
So it's just a
Yeah,
window.
yeah, cool.
And a little reflector made of aluminum foil on the right.
And that's that room that you have that's all windows to one side, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's really nice.
So yeah. So that was, and it just took me forever to get those flowers to look at me and smile and do whatever they're supposed to do. They just kept going, no, I don't want to be here.
You didn't get the Russian flowers, did you?
No,
They're always pissed off about something.
Yeah.
Never gonna smile.
No.
Really pretty. Just a lovely shot. Lens, 100 millimeter macro at f11.
Yeah.
Did you do anything in post?
Not much. I think I just a little bit of contrast, and I think I took out a speck of dust somewhere or something, but not much.
Okay, great. Looks fantastic. Really does. Really does. We have Sheila Joy. Sheila. No Sheila? What? All right, let's look at your back behind the scenes here. Not sure where your light's coming from, Sheila. Maybe got white cards here. We got a white reflector there and window light, but I don't know if that's doing what she's doing here. Hopefully you'll come on at some point, Sheila, and tell us what you're doing. It's very pretty. Very pretty. Mike. Mike, are you there?
Hey, Don.
Hey.
Yeah, can you hear me?
Yeah. So you found the
No.
guy. You found the guy that drives the Oscar Mayer Wiener machine and did a portrait.
Yeah. Yeah, we did this all together. This was five of us on Zoom, I think, and I was trying to get it. I was using the digital as a Polaroid to try and chimp it in for the 8x10, and well, thank God I did digital because the 8x10 didn't come out.
Man, trying to do a selfie on an 8x10, and you got a long lens to begin with.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, you're not shooting with like a 240 or a 230 or anything. So you're
this was
you're gonna miss depth of field, just freaking guaranteed. You're just gonna miss focus.
Yeah, this was the 24-70 at 43 millimeters, and I was trying to match roughly the view of the 360 millimeter on the 8x10, and but the depth of field on this was, I actually did lock this off on manual, so that's manual and measured to my eyeball, and but 3 inches of DOF is easier to deal with than I think it was 1.7. So I had half the depth of field with the 8x10. I just couldn't hit it.
Yeah, I photographed a bunch of ceremonial chiefs, tribal elders for the Navajo reservation about 25 years ago on 8x10. And I also shot them on Hasselblad. And I can't tell you how happy I was smart enough to shoot them on Hasselblad as well. Because half of those, I couldn't see in the place we were. It was dark. I'm shooting at like 5.6 on a 350 millimeter lens. I got no depth of field. None. And I missed half the focus. I was happy to get the half I got.
Right.
I had 6 in focus and 6 not so in focus. Hasselblad nailed everything. Just boom.
Oh yeah. I should scan the negatives because the one's really interesting. You can see how far back on my head, where you can actually see how thick that depth of field is. Where it caught my hair. And that's not something you usually see with digital. So it's kind of an interesting thing to
Very
see.
cool. Well, I like this. Really nicely done.
Thank you.
Very nicely done, my friend.
Group effort.
A group effort. Who? This was Eleanor. I can see Eleanor's hand in
Yeah,
here.
Eleanor was there. Kath was there. Sophie
Yeah.
was there.
Yeah.
Michael Woods, Matt Emick. And I feel like I'm missing somebody, but maybe that was it. Maybe it was just the 5 of us. 6? I don't
The
know.
whole crowd.
Yeah, it was a lot of fun. It was a lot of fun.
Nicely done. Ling Messer. Ling, are you here? Okay, Ling, I do not know what this set is, but I like it. I like your set here. These big monolithic things here. This is very cool. The cookies look very good. We've got to be careful that we don't get the very brightest cookie up against the very brightest background because we start to lose the cookie. Where up here, you can see this cookie is very nicely coming in front of the background. Right up here, we're starting to lose it. I'm wondering if maybe we shouldn't have pulled this white paper back and let this cookie be across a little bit darker gray. Now, I don't know if that's a yes or a no. I'm only asking a question. I'd have to see it to make sure I really liked it. I probably would have put a little black card about, that big over here, just maybe an inch high, just to start to knock this down a little bit, because the card here isn't going to affect the white here. It's still going to be white, but it might give this part of the cookie that's facing forward something dark to reflect. Little card. Yeah. It's a nice shot. Very nice set too for the shot. The cookies look like a piece of art. Very cool. Very cool. Daniel Franks.
Hey, Don, is my audio working this time?
Yes. Yes.
Can you hear me?
I
Excellent.
can. I can. Are you in you're in Reno, right?
No, I'm in San Diego.
San Diego. So no snow. No snow for you.
Nope, not for us.
This looks really nice, sir.
Oh, thank you.
Texture is all in here, very nice. When you're choosing your light source, you got a nice specular here. See how fast it drops off? So we know that this is a shiny material. Same specular right here. Soft fall off. So we know it's a rubbery kind of toothy material. And then down here, something in the middle. So this is not as glossy as this. This is not as texture or diffused as this subject is. So it really gives us a nice look at the entire way this item is going to feel in our hands. Look at this. There's a lot of tooth on this side of it, right?
Yes.
A lot of tooth. And yet this part right here, that thing again, is pretty glossy because we get a pretty darn sharp edge to it. Very nice, man.
Thank you.
Very nice. And then the use of the towel and the weight just to give it a little context. I kind of like the red stripes though, Dan, don't you think? I mean, take this.
Nice bit of color.
Yeah. And we could do them just like this too. It's kind of sloppy. Yeah, cool. Is this a black and white shot, sir?
No, that's color. They're gray dumbbells on a black yoga mat with a white gym towel.
Wow.
And the next image is the behind the scenes.
It'd be fun to see this as a black and white next to it, to see where the color is. Because as far as I'm concerned, I don't think you have any color in this at all. If I was to take this into Photoshop, I think I might, see a whole lot of nothing through here, or even tones,
Okay.
Really nice.
Thank you.
Back, okay, real tiny little set here.
Yeah.
Now this is before you added the dumbbells in.
Well, that white piece of folded paper there is kind of just thrown up there after the fact because I forgot. I started with all the white cards and then removed them so to reveal the dumbbell in the back.
Very nice. Very nice, man. Nice little studio.
Thank you.
Set up. Mike Moore.
Hi, Don.
Hi, Mike. How are you?
I'm doing great. How are you today?
Good. This is cool. What is this down here? Just like a rolling. Is this round?
No, that's just a flat piece of wood with spackle, and then I painted it white.
It's kind of cool.
A little DIY project.
Yeah, I like your lighting in here. Very mysterious. You let the side of the stem just go, but you never lost the red in the bell pepper. And it's a picture of a bell pepper.
Yes.
Not a stem.
Right.
Yeah, that's very cool. Is it hanging by something or?
Yes, I had it hung by some piece of a line, and then took it out in Photoshop.
Got it. Such an interesting shot. Now, what's the plate for? Or is this before you decided the other thing?
Yeah, I was just in a process of being creative, so the plate never made it in the final shot.
Big softbox. Black cards on either side, making a very tiny slit of light.
Yeah, that's a big window right there with the scrim.
That's nice.
Thank you.
That's really pretty in there too, in your window.
Yeah.
This is so sexy. Deep, rich, bright highlights. The water, really, really nice. Good job, sir.
Thank you very much.
Good job. Oh, wow. Sarah. Well, of course it's Sarah. That is beautiful light.
Thank you.
Sarah just owns light, folks. I mean, light comes to Sarah and says, what should I do today? And she gives it marching order. So, man, that's nice.
Thank you.
Now,
Is there too much space between the knife? Should I be moving the knife and the other?
No, it's because you know why? Because it's a picture of avocados.
Okay.
The avocados are all bound here by themselves. They are not cropped off, but the chip bowl is, and the knife is, and the other avocados are. So everything else is cropped off. That brings us right down to the avocados, the sliced ones, which are also really the only kind of color of that. This is diffused. This is very shiny in here, rich browns in here. Yeah, that's really, really pretty. Really pretty. Then the answer is, should there be more room in between here? If the art
Less room.
Yeah, if the art director says so, yes.
Okay.
But this is not an art director shot. This is your shot. Anything goes on here. That really works because they don't feel like they're left out. You know, they're not. I mean, if this bowl of chips came into like there, we may have a conversation like, okay, what the hell is 1.5 feet doing here, right? But you know, you're coming right into the picture, right into the picture. Let's look at your light. Wow, I was going to say window light, but no, it's a big. Is this a scrim or a softbox?
It's a softbox.
Softbox. Very cool.
Thank you.
Oh yeah. This surface is like slate or?
No, it's actually a metal. And I had seen, I don't know, a couple years ago, I saw somebody who, she did this whole process on, you know, you paint them and then you scrub them up with a, you know, like a what the hell do you call it? Not a Brillo pad, but the metal ones, scrub it up and then put bleach over it and squirt that around, so it just was all kinds of shit like that. And
Yeah. It's
it's
got a
more
little bit of
blue than
shine
it
to
looks.
it, right?
Mhm.
Got a little bit of shine to it.
Yeah, a little bit. Yeah.
So what we're seeing here, this light gray, folks, this is a black piece of material. Am I right?
The board?
The board?
It's almost like a blue, Don.
Blue?
Yeah.
But what we're seeing is all this light color. That's a reflection of your softbox. Your softbox is reflecting down on here.
Yeah,
So,
you can see it a little bit better in this photo.
yep. And
There's some
now
reds and blues in it.
you can see that the under values, under the chips and the knife and the avocado, aren't shadows. They're the reflections of the underside. So the avocado is hiding the softbox from the shiny surface, or somewhat shiny surface. It's not glossy like Plex, but it's got some shine to it, some patina. And I just love that look. I love that look. When you use the specular as a compositional device, just great. Wonderful. What lens did you use?
Thanks.
What's that?
I have a 24 to 105 and it's close to 105.
Okay. Very nice. Really cool. Love it. Love it. John McAllister. Wow,
He
these
just
things
had to
look.
pop out.
Oh, did he?
Yeah, I think he might be able. He'll be back in. What did he say? 30 minutes. How long ago was that? I can't remember.
It was about 10 minutes, I'd say.
Okay. Well, I'll just wait for John to come back. When he pops in, would you remind me, Tammy?
Yes, sir.
All right. Donna. Is it Donna Kane? No. These are really pretty, Donna. I love the patina. Just love how you picked up. Oops, no behind the scenes. I love how you picked up with your highlights here, all this little edge work, all the little flowers. It's really, really lovely. Oh, there's behind the scenes. Yeah, window light and white and foam board. Clean. Mark Shaw.
Hi, Don.
Hi, Mark. Cookies?
Pizzelli.
What is it?
Pizzelli. My wife's Italian.
Ah,
So it's kind of like a cookie. It's a special maker that makes them.
one of the only few Italian dishes that's not made out of pasta.
Yes, sir.
I used to I used to cook a lot of like chicken cacciatore and stuff. I should shoot that again. Those were
You
fun.
can have fun with my wife. She's a really good cook. She loves doing this stuff.
Very pretty. Really nice light. What is your light source? Is it we have a behind the scenes?
That's it.
That's it?
Soft box, and then I got that big 5-in-1 diffuser there.
Yep. All right.
Then I just used a white card on the other side.
Yeah. It's a very editorial looking picture. One of the things that makes it editorial is you're using a round source.
Mm-hmm.
That thing that kind of tends to change it up a little bit. Doesn't have that big highlight that runs down the side, like that type of thing. And that looks pretty fun. I like how you brought this up into the negative space behind the board. That's really clever. Gives it real dimension. And then the cookies, of course, just look great. They're side lit because they have so much texture to the cookies. Yeah, very cool.
Thanks, Don.
Very cool. Good job, sir. And, oh, Eleanor,
Hey, Don.
hi, you found carrots.
Yeah, farmer's market carrots.
Wow. I love how you kept these carrots bright back here. Did you do that in camera or did you do that in post?
It's a bit of both because I did a Nick collection Vesa to bring up a little brightness there,
Okay.
but not too much. So mostly it's the light, the softbox.
This would make really cool print.
Yeah.
I like the shine on that carrot right there, the shine down here. But what I really like is the tones of the carrots back here. You know, we got a little highlight running there and there and there. You know, it looks really, really good. And it looks dimensional. What happens in shadows, sometimes everything just goes shadowy and we lose dimension, but you didn't here. First thing I noticed when this came up was that little bright area there, a little bright area there, because there's dimension in the shadow detail. And then the green is, you know, that looks like a forest.
And I want to thank Kath again because needed some help with the art direction here, and she was by my side.
That's great. That's great. Got a lot of P52 folks helping other P52 folks. That's cool. And Mike needs all the help he can get. So thank you guys. It's lonely. It's lonely in Omaha.
It is. That looks great, by the way, Eleanor.
Thank you, Mike.
Great job. Great job. This has got to go in your portfolio.
Oh, cool. Okay.
Yeah.
So this is where Kath, I took this picture and I shared it with the guys, Kath and Mike and a few other folks on our chat. And it'd be really interesting for you all to see the chat from Kath about how she took me from this to what you guys just saw in the previous photograph. I think
Well, I would have said, Eleanor,
yeah,
we've got carrots laying on a table.
Uh-huh.
There's no point.
Right.
There's no fascination to it.
Yeah.
By lifting them up and into a bunch, and I don't know how you did it, but however you did it.
Kath eventually, her first words out were, "What feature of the carrots do you want to show off?"
Yeah.
Because this is a little bit of everything.
Yeah. And you shot this, right?
Yeah.
And it was boring as hell, right?
Yeah.
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 Very nice.
It
Really
was
cool. Really cool.
Thank you.
I like how you blow dried the hair.
I always struggle with camera angle, and then the advice Kath gave me was, well, either do a flat lay or put them in a vase. And I put them in a vase because I really wanted those leaves to be vibrant and not to be restricted by gravity.
Yep. Very nice.
Thank you.
Apple, Terry McDermott, an apple.
Hey, Don, how are you?
Very good. How are you doing, Terry?
I'm pretty good.
Look at this. Look at the patina on this old desk here.
Yes.
It's all beat up. It's not shiny at all. And then we get this beautiful shiny apple. It's like we got a card on this side. And is this window or softbox or what?
It's a window, cloudy window. I tried having a scrim and I just didn't. Here I didn't take a behind the scenes, so I described it.
Okay.
And I had velvet behind it, and then I had the window to the left and a white card with a little bit of an angle on the right.
Very nice. Next time you shoot it, make sure that this edge
Mm-hmm.
straight down, Terry. Got to make sure that edge comes straight down because we've got, this is perfectly horizontal on the edge, and then this is just kind of bent in a little bit.
Yeah, it's angled down. It's a writing desk from, I don't know, the 30s or something. And so it's angled, or maybe older, it's angled down. So
Oh,
yeah,
okay.
I would probably have to angle the shot a little bit differently to show that it's angled down.
Yeah, I see. So yeah, well, that's why this looks perfect up here and here, but
Mhm.
is wrong here.
Yeah, I kind of wondered about that. I was like, man, how
I
did that
thought you
happen?
had sidestepped it, but you have not sidestepped it. So you're going to go in and you're going to define this edge, and you're going to use
Mhm.
Photoshop, content aware stretch, I think it's called,
Oh, okay.
or content,
Yeah.
content aware fill, whatever. You're
Yeah.
going to just fill it up. I mean, this is going to be easy for Photoshop to
Yeah.
grab.
Yeah.
Is it-
Yep, I've only ever used Capture NX2 because I use Shoot Nikon,
oh, okay.
but I have to learn one of these days, one of these other programs. So, and I also wondered, you mentioned tangents, and I wondered if that came into here somehow.
You mean right here?
Yeah, I wondered what.
No, the apple comes out farther. We see the
Okay.
curve.
A
No,
tangent.
I don't see tangents on here. I usually, when I see tangents, I just see them.
Okay.
They just boom, right
So
out.
that's where the two surfaces are lined up right next to each other, but
Yeah,
no
yeah.
definition.
Like if you'd had the apple out here and just the edge of the apple had come down and just touched that
Okay.
line right there, that would be a tangent.
Okay.
Yeah, cool.
Thank
Good
you.
job.
Yeah, I tried using a scrim, but my scrim didn't work well, and finally I got it all sorted out.
You've lost the red color here.
Yeah. Unfortunately, my camera's battery was about dead, and I have no clue where my charger is. So I'm like, oh no, I have two batteries and they're both dead, and I don't know where the charge. It's not where it belongs. So I
Whoop.
would have played with this one a little more, I think.
Yep. Yeah, I think you could probably pull the red up with that, even in the Nikon. Yeah.
Thank you.
Yep.
John's back.
John is back. Thank you. Hi, John. How are you?
Thank you. As if really bad timing. How are you doing?
Good.
Yeah,
This is really
I'm
cool,
fine.
man. They
Thank
almost
you.
look like they're glowing, like they have an internal light to them.
That's the bubble wrap, the special glowing bubble wrap.
Oh, this is the bubble wrap shot.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I had some. I say bubble wrap. I had some bubble wrap and this foam stuff that was in with all this packaging. I got a new chair for my home office, as we all have, I guess. And
Yeah, we
yeah,
all have home offices now.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Well, that looks interesting. I'll give that a go.
Yeah, that really makes very, very interesting light. Wow. So you got it on both sides.
No,
This is
just
your.
on one side.
You got
That's the bubble.
strobes
That's the bubble wrap.
with the
Comes
strobe,
foam. Yeah,
and then this side is just white cards.
that's just the white card. Yeah,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
I put just a bit of black to make a bit of a shadow. You set shadow on the right hand side, just so it helped the nectarine stand out.
Yeah. And they do. It really looks cool. You might have to experiment with the bubble wrap more.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's cheap as well. Comes
Yeah.
free with lots of stuff.
Very cool.
Thank you.
Yeah. Is Flora here? Flora? Flora, I love your highlight here on this. It's so close. You've come in so close. We can see all the patina on this. It looks like it's like 400% that we've come in. Nice highlights, bright highlight. This has got to be your main light, because look what it's doing here on the lipstick. We have very sharp edges to the specular transfer between here. Very clean and bright in here. And then we have a very large, soft quick fall off, soft fall off from the middle of that. So that's got to be Flora using some sort of scrim. You can see it here. It's bright here and then it's soft off to the edge. So a scrim, that's just beautiful, Flora. Good job. Just beautiful. These transitions are so subtle through here, and these are so sharp. So we get 2 lights on either side, and we tell a story with the light. Really well done. Yep, sharp, small, light to that side, and a big giant white car that is diffuse. Very well done. Fred from Sophie.
Hi, Don.
Hi, Sophie. How are you?
I'm okay.
Wow,
And you?
look at that great bread.
I'm lucky, right?
Yeah. Is this backlit?
Homemade by a friend.
Very nice. And just using the one great big strip box?
Strip light. Yeah. And with a white card to the right, and I had another card to the left under the camera.
Okay.
I had a small white card to the camera left as well, just a bit.
So right about in here?
Yes, but just outside the board.
Really pretty highlight in here. You got nice light in here. You know what I would do in post, Sophie? Just test it out. See if you could get this bread right here to come up to about that bread right there.
Right, okay.
See, because all of a sudden it dies right there.
I didn't want to over push it because I did like the shadow that you get from the slice before.
Oh yeah, this shadow here.
Yes.
Yes. No,
So I was afraid
I'm
it
not even
goes.
talking about that. I'm talking right here, just
Yeah,
the
yeah.
brighter area.
Okay.
If this brighter area could come up to the point where this shadow area is here,
Okay.
we'd see that
try.
shadow more and have that nice transition across the bread. Very cool. Love the
I'll try.
crumbs. Love the crumbs and the angle of the board. You're gonna angle the board, angle the board. Yep. Looks really good. Lens?
82 millimeter from the 24-120.
And
It's
aperture?
82. Aperture is at f20.
Okay, good. Because I was going to say you look pretty sharp back here. You look pretty sharp up here.
I'm traumatized with depth of field, so I'm going f20 now. I'm like,
Yes. You're just going to have to, you don't have to break down and get a tilt shift lens, right? Yeah. You're just going to have to do it.
Don,
Yes,
can you hear me?
I can.
It's Flora.
hey.
Hey, how are you?
Yeah, I'm fine. You couldn't hear me when you were looking at my pictures, and I had a question. I don't know why my microphone wasn't working. Is it possible to go back to my picture, please? I missed a part of it, so I suppose that I have to go back and listen to the recording. But I just have a question about the light that comes from the left side. That's on the black metal. Do you think it's acceptable? You know what I mean?
The light coming on, you mean this light here?
Yeah, exactly. On the black side of the metal, that one. Because the only thing that I've done, yes, that one. The only thing that I've done is I removed as much as I could the dust. But I think there's kind of a lot of scratches and there's a reflection of the LED light. And this is
I didn't know what I was looking at here. These are scratches?
I'm confused if it's because I'm shooting with a 70 macro and it's handheld. So I think that my hands are shaking a little bit. I'm not sure about the focus on this picture. So when I was looking at that in my computer, I was a bit disappointed at some point, but I didn't have more time to do it. And looking at the spot, I think it's a reflection of the shape of the lights of the LED and a little bit of scratches. But all in all, I wonder if you think that I can accept it as it is, or if I
If
should go
there's
back and do it.
if there are scratches, you need to fix them. The best way to fix this at this point, in my mind, would be first to try frequency separation.
Yeah.
Which is
Absolutely.
I don't use frequency separation on faces and people. I hate the look. On product, it works really well.
Yeah, I agree. I agree.
Try to soften it up with that first. If that doesn't work, Flora, and you're thinking, you know, I really want this picture, then I would do this. Oops. I'd get this guy into here.
Okay.
All the way in. And then this is a black board, and this is taped on the board, or is it in front of the board?
It's in front. In front.
Okay. Then I would take a piece of white diffusion, make it square, and just tape it on the front of this to diffuse.
Okay.
This is a bare LED, right?
Yeah.
They're harsh in my mind.
Yeah.
They're harsh. But if you soften it up with a piece of diffusion, you might get a much better highlight. But I'd get it in close because it's so far away. Do you see it dropping off here? See that black there? That's the rest of this thing. So we bring this in, this light, that highlight is going to grow down the side of this, here.
Okay.
And the diffusion will give you a little bit softer light. Okay?
Thank you. Thank you for going back.
You're very welcome. Oops. Went back too far here. All right. These are by Shivani. Shivani.
Can you hear me?
I can now. I like how you use all the brown and the one green. That's very cool.
Can you hear me?
Yes. Can you not hear me?
You can't hear me at all?
Yes. Yes,
Oh.
we can hear you. Can you hear me?
Okay. Now I can hear you.
Oh, okay. All right. So I was saying I really like the green and the brown tones over the black. That really pops. What did you use to? Okay, so you're using obviously a what? A big light with a scrim over it?
Gone up again.
You're gone again. Audio. What you're not hearing, ladies and gentlemen, is Shivani is cussing up a storm there. in one of the 8 different languages you speak. You speak 8 languages, right? 8 languages, yes. So she can cuss in 8 languages, and she can mix it up. It's beautiful to hear, just beautiful. Keep working, Shivani, keep working on it. And then as soon as you get in, we'll come right back, okay? Maybe go out and come back in. All right, lovely. Mordecai. Man, the texture on this Mordecai is beautiful. Just love it. I like the way you've got the light inside the pickle. This is a great shot, Mordecai. Let's see how you did this. Oh, that's nice. Look at that. Look at that. That's very cool. bouncing the light back through the pickle here. Looks like he's got something happening here, probably to light up in the pickle. Big octobox to the left side. Wow, that's really nice, Mordecai. Good job, sir. The Food Photo Life.
Hi, Dawn. It's Jennifer.
Hi, Jennifer. How are you?
I'm good.
Love this light, this top down, straight down shot. Looks like you got a main light to our right.
Yeah, I'm using a window.
Window, okay. I can see it right there. We go right there. All right, so you've got the diffuser there. How far are you away from the diffuser, if I may ask?
Maybe about 3 feet.
3 feet?
And actually, the diffuser was up. I wound up remembering to take the shot later on of the setup, but it was actually up in the window sill.
Okay. Have you moved it closer to your diffuser?
Yeah, at this shot I took after this, I actually wound up moving it closer. And I like this shot better, but what are you thinking?
Well, I'm thinking it looks a little flat. Easy fix in Photoshop or Lightroom, just add a little contrast to both sides. And because you're 3 feet away from the set, that means these napkins here are close to 5 feet away from the light source. So the inverse square law, it means that the light is going to fall off very slowly from here to here. And do you see how it's almost, it doesn't look like it's falling off at all, does it?
Right.
This is very much the same quality on that wood. It's interesting because if you go closer to this, this will be brighter than this. Because the inverse square law is going to make it fall off so much faster from the light source. Half the distance through here is going to be 2 stops less. So basically it's going to be nice and bright, and then it's going to start falling off right about here to a nice gradient. That doesn't kill your shot. Your shot looks great. I love the little highlight here. I really love your raspberries. And if you were looking to do a flatter background shot, that's exactly how you do it. Just there, a bit farther away. I think we need to pump up the local contrast, like with the nuts. And these guys, we'll just kind of do a little bit of burning and dodging on these guys, bring that local texture up.
And so I took it down, so that's probably my fault. So in post, I actually took it down a little bit.
Was it too poppy?
Sometimes I feel like my stuff pops too much. So I was trying to make it a little softer.
Well, that can be a stylistic choice.
So I should have kept it the way it was.
Well, that can be a stylistic choice. So I don't want to come on here and have you change your style to fit me. I'm not photo god yet. As long as Zach Arias is still alive, it's me and him. I think it's a choice. You have to, if you like the flatter light, if that works with your post, that's what you got to go with. I think we may have lost Jennifer.
I think I'm just trying to play with it and find my thing.
Oh, you're there. You're there.
So yeah, I think I'm just trying to find my thing and and play around a little bit to see what I really like.
Yes.
Yeah.
Get a syringe and don't ever shoot tea or coffee again without a bubble.
Yeah.
We need a bubble. Without the bubble, it could be yesterday's coffee. With the bubble, it was just poured. Okay?
It was brand new, but yes.
All right. Very good. Oh, that's cool. Carmen.
Yeah. Savani's, I think, trying to talk.
Oh, is Stevani?
Can you hear me?
When you speak up like that, we can. You're very faint.
Okay. Oh dear.
You also sound like you're talking on a
best now.
transistor radio. All right.
Yeah, very bad internet connection. I'm sorry.
By the way, folks, I was notified by Zoom that next week we may have spotty coverage. They're expecting the internet traffic to double between now and next Wednesday. That means the whole globe is going to be struggling for service. So we will figure out a protocol to what to do. What I always tell folks, if you lose me, all of a sudden I freeze and I go away, stay there. I'll be back. All right, Shivani, so tell us a little bit about the shot.
So I've got a softbox to camera left with a shower curtain wrapped around it. And then I've got two white cards and a black card to get the shadows the way I like them. I wanted some shadow on the left of the kiwis and some highlights on the right and from the front. You've got the behind the scenes one photograph before.
Okay, so here's your shower curtain wrapped around the box. Black light here. Now you're not doing anything back here, are you?
No, that's just the window light. I can't make my studio darker.
Okay, and so a couple of little white cards up here to give a little bit of bounce.
Okay.
Look at that. See that card coming down? Isn't that nice?
And the black to keep the shadow on the left.
Yeah. Nicely done, Shivani.
Thank you very much.
Really nicely done. Attack that box, that tabletop. Just attack that tabletop. You're doing well.
Thank you.
And Carmen.
Hi there.
Hi, Carmen. That's really pretty. What is it?
It's a silver choker.
Wow. It's very artistically
Don,
done.
it's like the one that we bought. Remember?
Up on the reservation?
On the roadside?
Yeah. Yeah. How's that? Monument Valley.
Exactly.
Yep. That's
And
really pretty.
It looks like it's in black and white, but it's in color.
Well, it just has a very artistic look to it, Carmen, that I like a lot. You're not trying, this isn't a catalog shot. This is very much an artistic photograph of a piece of art.
Yes.
So you've got your octa way up here and your scrim, and then just one little white card for that right there.
I had also shot it with, you know, how you put the white card in and then Photoshop it out. But I was losing the back arm the highlights were too bright. I wasn't getting the gradation. So then I went back to, this is the straight shot-ish.
Yes, got it. Yeah. What lens?
It was the 24-105. And these are two images that got stacked at f/22.
Okay. I wish that we didn't lose it right here.
Yeah. That's, I didn't, well, yeah. Agreed.
Yeah. Yeah. But you know what? You could go in there and cut that out in Photoshop, move it up, put it on multiply, and then change your opacity, because multiply will be too much. It'll jump off, you know.
Multiply or screen?
Screen. It'll be too much, and then just back off the opacity.
Okay.
On the screen, and just enough to feel it. Really nice.
Thank you.
Great stuff. Mark Mann. Hey, Mark Manny. Where are you, Mark?
I'm right here.
There you are. Okay. Mark, is this out of focus, or is it my eye?
It came out a little bit softer than I had hoped it would be.
What was your aperture?
I was using my 40 millimeter. Let me see if I can pull it up. I was at 1/80th of a second at 5.0. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, you could have easily gone to 8.
Yeah, I was hoping I wanted to do natural light, and the sun was not cooperating with me at all. So I was bumping up that ISO more than I wanted to, and I think I was just trying to find solutions to make it. Like, I literally have a white card on the camera right side of this, as close as I can get it, just to get as much fill as I could.
Okay.
So I was struggling with light a little bit.
And a window to the left?
Exactly. Well, more like 11 o'clock, but yeah.
Okay. I like that little slightly forward coming shadow. So it doesn't feel like it's totally side lit, but it also doesn't feel like it's top lit. So saying the light's coming from right about up there.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I like these. It's sort of like Stump the Chef with you. You look at it and you're able to figure out exactly everything that's going on.
Yeah. Well, it's a little bright. I think you can bring it down.
Okay.
And you use Capture One or Lightroom?
Lightroom.
Yeah. I'd put it back in Lightroom, bring it down just a little bit. You know, trying to recapture some of that detail in here. And then I think you're still going to have very rich looking greens. Yeah. I like it, Mark. What lens?
This is a 40 millimeter.
40? Yeah, we just got to figure out what that depth of field is.
Yeah.
And you were at 5.6 at 180th of a second.
Correct.
So if we'd gone to f8, that would be a 90th or 100th of a shot. And if we'd gone to 11, we could do it at a 50th of a second. If you're on a tripod, that shouldn't be an issue. If you're not on a tripod, it's an issue.
Oh, in this case, I was not on a tripod.
Yeah, because you're leaning way over. So you're
Yeah.
going to be, moving. Yeah, cool. I do love this surface.
Thanks.
And I think it's the surface being so sharp that demands us have the broccoli in focus. Yeah. Cool.
Thanks.
And Karen Weiler. Weiler?
Yeah.
Hi, Karen.
Hi.
Caramel corn here.
Yeah.
You have a behind the scenes. Oh, you do? Okay.
So yeah, I'm gonna get my hand slapped because I did watch the videos, and then when I came to do it, I forgot everything that the videos said. So I did what I did. So I've got two lights in there.
You got the beauty dish inside the softbox.
No, that's two different lights.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, yeah.
And they're both going off.
Yeah.
That's fine.
Yeah,
That's
because
still
I
one
even.
light. Still one light. This light's in front of that one.
Oh, okay, all right.
Yeah.
I tried turning off the one, and you can. I don't know if you can see when I uploaded this. I uploaded it quite like just before this, so I ran out of time.
Okay, so camera angle coming from here. Oops, sorry. I love this feeling of backlight. You're really going to hate this, Karen. I really don't find a whole lot wrong with your shot. So sorry.
Okay, but now when I look at it, I like, you see that knot in the wood? I probably would have moved it if I had time. Just, yeah, because I don't know if it kind of draws the eye.
Yeah, little things. No, this one doesn't bother me here. This bothers me.
Yeah, and it's
this. I love this down here.
Okay.
It's so crunchy, textury. I would not have wanted this up here because it would pull it. But it's going to take a lot to pull your eye from blue to brown. That's not how we see. That blue is dominant here on this earth tone. And your light on the popcorn is very delicate, but very much coming from the back. I think that's pretty cool. Yeah. I would.
I'd Photoshop it.
I'd Photoshop it. That angle, that edge here, I'd leave it. I'd just get rid of this.
The gouge.
Yeah. Probably grab something over here and just clone it in a little bit. Yeah. This is your.
Yes, there's reflections. I don't know what that is.
That's this.
There. Yeah.
Because you're shooting down on it a little bit. And as you shoot down on it, this is going to start to stretch up to the sky. So it's like angle of incidence, angle of reflections, way the hell up there. So it's the top of this V flat up here.
Oh, okay.
So how do you get rid of it? Well, you know, not a whole lot you can do. You could bring a white card into here and just lean it up against your thing here, your V flat. Just lean it up there, and then you'd get this nice highlight down the side.
Okay.
But now you got a white card in your picture. It's okay because you've already got a picture of the same shot
Without it.
without the white card. So you just grab that and, you know, from here to here, hold the shift key down, move it over. You won't even have to touch it. It'll just go right on in.
Could you also do like frequency separation on it to get rid of that highlight, or?
Oh, this
Like if you
highlight here?
weren't- Yeah.
Oh, you don't want to get rid of that highlight.
Oh, okay. All right.
No, that tells us, if you, now do it in your mind, get rid of the highlight in your mind and tell me what the surface of the cup is.
It's matte.
We don't know.
Yeah.
With this, we know that it's got a little bit of a shine to it.
Right.
It's not glossy, but it's pretty close to glossy. Am I right?
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, very nice. Super cool.
Thank you.
Oh my goodness, are we at the end? We are at the end. My goodness, that's great. Do you guys have any questions? Are you enjoying the class, first of all?
Yes.
Oh yeah, very much. Love the class. It's great.
Yeah, I'm glad. Thank you. I'm very happy that you're enjoying it. On the next assignment is up. It's tools. Someone asked me if you actually had to do a tool. If you don't have a tool, no, you don't have to do a tool. You can do anything you want. But please don't do liquor and don't do perfume, because those are coming up. Okay. I figure liquor will be week 5 because we'll all be needing it by that time, even the children. So
then we'll only have empty bottles.
Let's hope the internet doesn't go down before we can order our brandy. All right. Any questions from anyone?
Yeah, I have a quick question for you, Don.
Sure.
Working with linens, and I'm looking for linens or napkins. Do people use smaller the dish drying towels for linens, or do they pretty much stick to napkins that are smaller? Or which
No, you can use just about anything. Just remember that you're going to want to have a little hand steamer, Mark.
Okay.
They have it at Walmart online, or they have them at Amazon online for like under $12. It's just a little hand steamer. Put water in it, plug it in, it gets real hot, steam comes out, and it comes out really, really hot. It will burn your hand. But you've got to steam it. You got to get the wrinkles out of it. And then when you're folding it, nothing will drive you more crazy than folding linens, especially good linen, like linen napkins. Because when you fold them and you pick them up, you get that little kink in it. Boom, you get that little sharp, point. They kink like crazy. Kinks are not allowed. So you're going to want to collect, well, they're hard to get now. They're very rare. They're called toilet paper tubes. But you're gonna want to have some of those so that you can roll it around that. You're gonna want to have some soft tubes you make out of paper towels. Roll some paper towels and then put a soft wrap of tape around it. So you've got these paper towels. You can bend the paper towels, wrap the linen around it so you get nice, smooth things. Because if you got a kink in the linen, I'm going to call you on it because your client's not going to accept it. And it's hard to do.
Okay.
But go for it. Absolutely. Everybody, go for it. It's just, when you go out and look at really well done images that have folded napkins or folded cloth in them, and you see how beautifully they can be done, that's when you realize, wow, that's really, really tricky. When you try it, you'll know what I'm talking about. All right, anyone else? Okay. All right, everybody.
Have a good week.
You guys
Awesome.
too.
Thank you.
I'll see you next week. Take care.
Thank you. Bye.
See you next week,
I
guys.
know. Bye.